In this current day and age, the most popular and portable console is without a doubt the Nintendo Switch. Switches do have the benefit of being a portable and home console rolled into one, being able to switch between the two with ease. Couple that with a decent library of games that the Switch has right now, and you've got the future of portable gaming in the palm of your hands. Now that the Switch has opened up the floodgates to further innovation, how can things go even farther? Well, Valve has ended up taking a step in the right direction with their newest contribution to the gaming world, and that is the Steam Deck. This bad boy is really something to behold. Imagine all of your favorite PC games ready to go while you're out and about in public. Well, okay, maybe not all of your favorite games, because you see, any new advancement in hardware does tend to not be perfect when it first drops on the scene. I mean, it took a while before something like the car ever became an efficient thing as it is now, and the same could be said for the Steam Deck. Yeah, the question still does remain. Is it a must-buy, or is it not? Well, today on Top Tier Tech, we're going to be finding out whether or not that you should invest in a Steam Deck, or if you should try to find something else like the Nintendo Switch. So, the Steam Deck. What does it do exactly, and even what is it? Well, simply put, it's basically a portable PC with an integrated controller setup that is running behind a brand new version of SteamOS, Valve's own Linux-based operating system for computers. The whole deck concept kind of more looks like a bulkier version of the Nintendo Switch and features trackpads, touchscreen, gyro controls, and a grip button, if you will, that can have unique functions assigned to them. It definitely looks great as far as the controller itself, but if it's trying to run PC games on all things portable, what sort of components does it actually have internally? Well, the Steam Deck does have enough firepower internally to be able to run many things, whenever tweaked properly that is, to the best of its abilities. It's sporting an AMD Zen 2 quad-core 8-thread microprocessor, which can hit speeds of anywhere from 2.4 to 3.5 GHz, and an AMD 8 RDNA 2 CUs as its GPU. In terms of storage, the Steam Deck sports 3 different capacities at 64, 256, and 512 gigabytes respectively. Keep in mind, however, that the 64 gigabyte model storage is an eMMC chip, which is directly integrated into the motherboard, while the other two capacities are SSDs, and as such, will be replaceable if you do like to mess with your tech. There's also the fact that models with the SSDs will also have faster storage whenever compared to the 64GB model. The prices for those can be a bit steep, with the asking price being around $400 just for the 64GB alone, $530 for the 256GB model, and lastly $650 for the 512GB model. You do get some extra goodies in each model, like a carrying case for all three and anti-glare glass for the 512GB model in particular. But the prices are still going to feel steep for the casual consumer. While not as impressive and as well built as an actual PC, Series X, or PS5, it definitely outperforms the Nintendo Switch with ease. For all intents and purposes, the Steam Deck is attempting to improve on the portable experience by trying to push that technology to be on par with that of home consoles and even some high-end gaming PCs. Heck, if you're not really a fan of the Steam Deck's integrated controls, then the built-in Bluetooth functionality alone is ready to work with any controller that you fancy. And any kind of traveling that you might do for fighting game tournaments, it'll make it where you can conduct all of your fighting with ease thanks to the number of compatible controllers that are available on Steam. According to the Steam Deck website itself, there's also a dock that is going to be released sometime within the spring, so taking it to a friend's house and playing it on the big screen will be a huge cinch. Without a doubt, the Steam Deck comes out swinging with great features that'll impress anybody at any level of gaming. But even with all the bells and whistles that it offers, does going out and picking up a Steam Deck warrant that high price point, and especially the limited availability with the current supply chain issue? By the way, if you're having a great time, and if you're thinking of buying a Steam Deck already, then go ahead and give us a big drop on that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos just like this. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any more content updates from us. So, back to the major question at hand that we still have to answer, and that is whether or not that the Steam Deck provides a better option than what is available right now. Well, as a portable console, yes, the Steam Deck does have plenty, and I mean plenty, going for it when talking about such a tempting purchase. The Steam Deck does have many great advantages over many other portable offerings, and that's namely due to the extensive library which is available. Steam OS is easily integrated with online features, making buying and downloading of Steam games pretty easy and straightforward. The only caveat though with this function is that not every single game will be fully compatible with the Steam Deck, and that means that certain games may require extra work in order to get it to run properly on the Steam Deck. For example, that might mean that you could need to tweak some graphical features in the game itself, or even set up custom control setups in order to play the games properly. Or you might even need to use the console's touchscreen in order to navigate to external launchers that certain games might use. This will especially be the case if you attempt to play older games that are available on Steam, or games that Steam gets licenses from, such as EA, that have an entirely different launcher and system in and of itself. Now, that's not to say that by any stretch of the imagination that these issues will be ironed out in the coming years, as Valve is continuing to improve on the software with the deck itself. But even as it stands, there's dozens of games that are fully compatible with the Steam Deck, with many that are playable but don't have full compatibility as of yet. Take, for example, the fact that at least one of the first games on the full compatibility list is Elden Ring, meaning that there's at least one big-time game that you can get your hands on and play now on the deck to the fullest extent of its capacity. However, on the flip side of all that, being fully compatible with the Steam Deck doesn't actually mean that these games are going to be best played on the Steam Deck. Unfortunately, there is plenty of work that's going to need to be done before we'll be able to play heavy-hitting PC games like Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, or even Cyberpunk 2077 for extended periods of time. Because, according to IGN's article on the subject, the battery life of the Steam Deck when playing any of these games graphically only amounts to just about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if you're lucky, which for most gamers feels like 5 minutes because, hey, we all lose track of time, right? Even when doing a few tests on various games, the IGN team had tweaked the performance of each one, doing things like adjusting the brightness and lowering the frame rate to be able to conserve the battery. Doing these things did alleviate the battery consumption some, but it still amounted to 30-minute game sessions with titles like Horizon Zero Dawn and Forza Horizon 5. From their findings, it seems like capping the frame rate to about 30 FPS or so does help the battery consumption while hurting the performance of the game to varying degrees. The aforementioned Elden Ring again does work on the Steam Deck, but there's plenty of issues that are being addressed in an upcoming patch. Though that might just be the port to the PC of Elden Ring being rife with technical issues, but to be honest, we'll never know. When it does come to the most important aspects of portable gaming, that being the games themselves, the Steam Deck is in a particularly interesting position. It definitely has the potential to be the ideal way to enjoy gaming on the go, but as of now, it really does need a lot of ironing out. The battery consumption alone is going to be an issue if you're thinking of playing some of the newest games on PC. However, the features that the Steam Deck does offer so far make it a portable console that is, at the very least, worth keeping an eye on in the future. Even if it does have a bright future for the homebrew community to be able to flex their skills and create amazing experiences so as to enjoy the Steam Deck to the fullest, it still gives many people an option to be able to look forward to in the future. As an example, in addition to the vast Steam library that's readily available, you can also install various emulators on the included Linux software with ease, making it a great emulation machine. That being said, most aren't buying the Steam Deck to run emulators on the go, so for those folks, it might be a good choice to wait until some updates to the Steam Deck come before going all in. So that's it for today. What did you guys think of the Steam Deck? Are you guys interested in buying it now, or are you maybe going to wait until later on? Let us know in the comment section down below, and until next time, folks, stay safe and stay informed.